Hi everyone, Caitlin Straight here, and I was just reading a book for my book club because we're having our first meeting tonight. And the book we are reading is All Marketers Are Liars slash Tell Stories, that one there. And it reminded me of a story. Well, I read a story in the book, and it reminded me of a really recent experience I had like last week, and that has to do with marketing. Okay, so I've been doing all of this research about new makeup, which I'm currently not wearing, so don't judge the makeup. But I was doing research on new makeup, and I was like looking for like the best brands and prices and like what works well with my skin and all this, because I was kind of over the makeup that I was using forever, right? Like I wanted something new. So I went with Dermablend, which is significantly more than what I had been paying at like normal drugstore makeup prices, right? Like it was a price jump. And I was really, I was happy with the results. Like it wasn't like as dramatic as I thought it was going to be, but I think it did make a big difference. And I totally bought into their marketing. Like I did a lot of research on the different makeup brands and the benefits of all of them and what I thought would work with my skin type. And that is why I went with that makeup. And even with the significant price hike, like I was convinced that it was going to help me. And I was reading the bottle, and they are made by L'Oreal, which I can easily go buy at a drugstore versus driving to Ulta, which is like 20 minutes from my house, versus going to Walgreens, which is 2 minutes from my house. And I felt like weird about it. I kind of felt like lied to, because I thought I was buying this like premium, luxurious makeup, which I do enjoy their makeup. Like I do enjoy the brand. But on the other hand, I was like, well, can't I just go buy L'Oreal at the store at Walgreens and save like, honestly, like $60? I don't know if I'll do that or not, but it's a lesson. Like, there's brands that do this all the time, and I bought that makeup because I was sold on their marketing. I was sold by what they told me what it was going to do, and that's what it does. They weren't lying about it, but they were lying that they were made by L'Oreal, and they weren't like this separate Dermablend company. So that's kind of an interesting thing. There's a lot of brands that do this, and they don't tell you that they're made by, you know, they're all in the same company. But it's something interesting to think about when you're marketing. How do you want your customers to see you? I went after a premium product with a premium price because I thought it was going to be better than the drugstore prices or the drugstore products. And it turns out it was the exact same thing, and I was just paying a lot more for it. So when it comes down to services and products for your clients, what, maybe you're trying to do something that everyone else is already doing, but your customers are paying for you. They're paying for the experience only you can give them. Everybody pretty much does the same thing. If you're a web designer, there's thousands of web designers out there that do the exact same thing. If you're a graphic designer, there's graphic designers that do the same thing, right? Like everybody pretty much does the same thing. People buy you, and that's what makes you and your brand different than everyone else. So just remember that when you're selling, or when you're thinking of your customers, why are they buying your product or your brand or whatever you're doing over someone else? They're buying it for you. They're buying it because they like your brand, they like your website, they like how you talk to them. Maybe they think that your premium prices will get them a better experience in the end. So remember that when you're creating things. That was my lesson this week. So keep that in mind.